I am a second-generation star. I have perfectly inherited my parents' genes. Although I'm still in college, I already have a large number of fans worldwide. I'm often stalked by creeps, so my dad hired a professional bodyguard for me. A ridiculously handsome man. A hunk. Are you sure you're a bodyguard? You're not someone my mom secretly set me up with, are you? Suddenly, a basketball flew over, and he caught it with one hand.
My name is Xiao Rui, and I am a professional bodyguard. My resume is available with my father.
Looking at his cool demeanor, I felt really annoyed. When he opened the car door for me, I accidentally touched his chest muscles, and oh my, his muscles were even harder than my floor at home. Just as I got to school, I saw my boyfriend Afei looking at me with an angry expression.
Who is that pale face at the noodle stand?
It's much clearer now. This is the bodyguard my dad hired for me. Do you have any problem with that?
Afei looked displeased, directly bumped with his shoulder, but Xiao Rui grabbed his collar and pinned him to the ground.
What are you doing? Let go of me! Stop it!
Xiao Rui stood up with a relaxed expression, and Afei was almost driven mad with anger. Stop! He's just...
At work, I am
That's
your
all.
boyfriend. I will protect you well.
Suddenly, a small spider landed on Afei's shoulder, and she immediately screamed and ran back to the classroom. As we walked into the school building, a group of girls gazed dreamily at Xiao Rui. That's Lisa's new boyfriend. He's so strong. I really want to touch her biceps. Just then, my best friend Jingyi came over with my favorite coffee. Lisa, have you had breakfast? Xiao Rui grabbed the coffee, sniffed it, and took a sip.
No poison. It can be drunk.
Lisa directly hugged and left.
You don't think I would poison my best friend, do you?
I'm just working.
Jingyi dragged me to the corner.
I admit he is very charming, but do you still have privacy now? You should find a way to get rid
Maybe
of him.
Jingyi is right. With this tag along, I have no privacy at all. Arui follows me every moment. Arui immediately subdued her.
I just wanted an autograph.
I was so embarrassed I could die. I'm a very popular singer, and you have to get used to some fan behaviors.
I'm just working.
Calm down, Lisa. Reasoning won't work with this noodle store.
The next day, Afei invited me to watch a movie. It was an incredibly sad movie, and Afei and I were crying our hearts out. Xiao Rui, this guy, didn't feel anything at all. He's practically a robot. After dinner, Afei suddenly hugged me and asked for a kiss. Please, this is a public place. Pouting persistently, at that moment, Arui suddenly grabbed him and tossed Afei like a playing card. Afei made a strange sound, grabbed a chair, and lunged over. I quickly sat down and got him into a taxi, then angrily looked at Arui.
Your job is to ensure my safety without disrupting my private life.
Sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
A few days later at a concert, I was singing my new song, and the live atmosphere reached its peak. I felt amazing. I invited a fan to come up and sing with me. Ari suddenly jumped in, pushed all my fans off the stage, then grabbed my waist and carried me away. This was a live broadcast. I finally had enough and complained to my parents about his behavior, but my dad was happy to give him a raise.
Lisa, Ari just wants to protect you.
In the end, I sought help from my best friend. Just let him hear the anger, and he will definitely resign. At 4 in the morning, I was ready to scare Arui awake, but to my surprise, he was already up. So I asked him to buy me breakfast. I wanted a caramel macchiato with 6 ice cubes, 1/4 milk, 1/8 almond cookie with a rose pattern, in a biodegradable itchy cup with a pink straw.
I understand.
Oh my, he actually did it. Could he really be a robot? In the afternoon, we went to the shopping mall. I want to exhaust him. I swiped my card like crazy, but he didn't feel anything. I pretended to have a foot injury to force him to carry me home, but he was as strong as a tank, so I took the opportunity to escape through the window while going to the bathroom. Just then, Jingyi sent a photo of Afei pushing a girl against the wall for some reason. Arui was actually sitting across from me, leisurely drinking coffee, and then he unexpectedly took my hand. I walked to the center of the stage, looked deeply into his eyes, his face getting closer to mine, and just then, he pushed me away like he got an electric shock.
5. We should head back.
but he tightly held my hand and brought me back home. I saw there was a box on the bed. The moment I opened it, many mice jumped out, startling me. Inside, there was also a note with threatening words. Someone had broken into my room. For safety reasons, Ari suggested I not go to school for now. But the next day, the manager called me to attend a concert in Paris.
You shouldn't show yourself in public until we find out who wants to harm you.
But this is the biggest performance I have had so far. I must attend. In the end, Ari agreed, but he had one condition. I must sleep in the same hotel room with him. In Paris, I rehearsed my songs all night while he kept looking out the window. The next morning, I found him still sleeping on the sofa. Something on the floor caught my attention, a photo of a pretty girl who looked about my age. I quickly put the wallet away. I admit I was jealous, as if something I cherished was suddenly taken away. The concert went smoothly. I saw Rui in the crowd, and his smile was so cute. It turns out he has a girlfriend. When I was singing the fourth song, I suddenly noticed a masked figure holding something and pointing it at me. I was engulfed in great panic when a pair of strong arms grabbed me. I looked up and saw Ari's tense face.
We must leave here immediately.
In my trembling, he gently picked me up and returned to the hotel. He tucked me in and sat beside me. I felt safer than ever before. After a long time, I felt a hand gently stroke my cheek. I felt hot and weak all over. The next morning, I saw Ari making breakfast, but I was stunned when I saw him dancing. It turns out he has a childlike side. Ari also noticed me.
You look prettier without makeup.
Of course, no one can resist my charm. By the way, what about your girlfriend?
You mean the photo in my wallet?
Oh my god, she was really awake at that time. Ari told me that was his sister who grew up with him in the orphanage. In the end, Ari lost her, so that's why he wanted to become a bodyguard. She always wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower, and I impulsively said I wanted to go too.
It's not possible. It's very dangerous now.
I'm not afraid. As long as you're by my side, I'm not scared of anything. In the end, Ari agreed.
Don't be afraid, Shasha. Slowly open your eyes.
I felt a pair of warm hands gently caressing my waist, looking at the myriad lights.
If I have emotional involvement, I might lose accurate judgment.
A week later, I had to return to school to take an exam. I went to the library to study and left Ari at the door. Suddenly, he rushed in and told me to run quickly. The bookshelf beside me suddenly collapsed, and Ari instantaneously dove on top of me. But he got trapped underneath the bookshelf. I stayed at the hospital for a week. A hand suddenly clapped down, and as I turned around, I saw Ari and the police beside him had unexpectedly been handcuffed.
What are you doing? Let me go!
Ari revealed something that shocked me. Jinky was the one who pushed the bookshelf down. I had been keeping an eye on her. Beauty, talent, fame, wealth, and life is so unfair. If it weren't for your bodyguard, I would have already lost my hand.
Don't worry, it's all over.
I'm okay. Has your injury healed?
I'm fine now, but I can no longer be your bodyguard. I can no longer resist my feelings.
I will fire you right now. Will you be my boyfriend? Ari was stunned, and then he gently cupped my face. Everyone has a heart that protects. Legend says it is the heart of a lover. Darling, I have carved your name into a star. That is the star I will guard for you. Alright, my story is over. Don't forget to give a like with your fair little hands. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now.